this one has a lot of cool features and gimmicks. So let's bring everything back to zero. So you see we have fractals, we have the bliss factor and transcendence, right? So let's see how it sounds on its own. Right? Not too much going on. But I like the resonant ringing and the spinning. But let's see what happens if I increase the fractals here. Ooh, look, a drone is coming. You hear that? It's pretty low drone, like low frequency. So you need like really good speakers or headphones to hear the sub. But oh wow, it's adding so much depth. And the cool thing is what happens here is, right, as I release the note, it's also making a sound. So I press a note, and the moment I let go, it's also playing a sound. So let's bring that back again. So, right, if I play it short, it's like whoom. So that's very percussive. But the ringing is playing another sound on the release. Right? But okay, let's get epic again here. Right, so those are like super beautiful drones already. And then if you increase the bliss factor, you will get these jingles, I think. Yeah. Right? And now it gets like super fractalized, and this is also part of the fractal. So like this X macro is doing a lot of things. We need to get into and look at what it's doing. But the bliss factor is adding the jingles. Right? And this one is really tripping me out. And this is, I just imagine how it would be in Atlantis. You sit in this crystal pyramid or in the temple, you know, and you get this treatment with light and energy, and this is how it would feel, or this is how it would sound. Right? Just like super blissful, super like, yeah, I don't know, ethereal, light, higher dimensional, angelic. Yeah, awesome, right? And then let's increase the transcendence. Ooh. Man, I could listen to this forever. And this is all just like one preset, you know? So I could play a whole sound journey with that. Wow, I love how that echoes. There's so much going on. I just play 3 notes. Right? And even also, at some point there's another sound coming when I release. So I will show you that. Now let's get a little less epic. Although it's really hard. It's like almost falling off a cloud or something. But I just wanted to show you in isolation, the effect is more obvious. So if I now play, right, you hear the jingles. But if I let go, there's another short effect, right? So this wank, 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 like this kind of crackling. And this is sometimes there and sometimes not. And this has to do with the modulation of the sample start position. So this is just, you know, like to give more variety. So, and kind of like a random and unpredictability to me, like playing the sounds. And I let go. And then sometimes they're there, but sometimes not. Right now they're there, for example. You hear this like wink, wink. So yeah, so this is just another gimmick that makes it a little bit less unpredictable. And of course it sounds more epic with a lot of reverb. Right? If you drown it in reverb. So, okay, let's have a look under the hood. All right, so let's bring everything back and let's have a look what's happening also in the description. So you see X is the most powerful control here, controlling a myriad of effects parameters of multiple sample layers like reverbs, delays, and panning, right? Okay, so let's look how that actually looks. So in the matrix, if I move X, what's happening? Not much, except again, this pyramid base is coming in, which is creating this drone, right? You can see now it's playing. So this is adding the drone. And if we look at the samplers here and we look here, then you can see it has a super long attack and it has this feature here, play the full samples and play sample notes on release, right? So in that sense is always droning. And I also have like here velocity gain, you know, like with all the other ones. And there's a little bit of stereo echo. So it's increasing over time and making it a little bit wider, right? Okay, so let's have a look at the pyramids here. So what's happening? We have the scatter delay and the unison, which is also kind of like a stereo width effect. So this is making the sound like a lot wider, like if it's on its own. And then if we increase the scatter delay, which I really love, like I love how it's like scattering everything. And then you can see, you know, like the scatter is at 100%. So that's like the maximum amount of scatter you can get, right? And then, so it gets like super wide and super scattered if X is all the way there. Right? And then let's have a look at this one here. So here we also have the stereo echo and the glass verb and the panning, right? So this is a lot happening in one on the second layer, but the interesting thing is it only happens when I release it because it plays the samples on the note release. So the moment I release, so I will solo this now, the moment I release, it starts playing or not. I don't know why it's not playing right now. Maybe, yeah, because of the Y. The Y is probably adding the volume. Yeah, exactly. Right, so this happens. This is this extra layer that also gets like wider if I increase the X, right? The panning. So now it's more like in the center and less reverb. But the moment I increase it, you know, it gets really spun around the head. And of course now that's isolated and that's not very exciting. But yeah, if you have everything together, it's just super epic. And creates a super textural, rich, especially with the reverb. Ooh, and we're back in Blissland. Right? And let's just have a look at the global effects here. So we have stereo width, that's all on the Z button now. Stereo width, just some gain and the freeze reverb, which I also like a lot. Right? Yeah, epic. We could play the whole night. Yeah, it's just super organic, super rich, complex, beautiful, And with 3 knobs, I have so much variety, like the smallest movement make very big changes to the sound. I can go very subtle, right, and be really dynamic. So now I bring it back a little bit. I love the echo and I love the spaciousness, like the stereo width and everything, right, and then we keep getting more intense again. And now the drone is building up again. And we just get super cosmic and blissful. So yeah, if your light body's activated tonight, don't blame me. Like your DNA is probably also being activated and you're probably gonna remember past and future lifetimes in Egypt and Atlantis and Lemuria, and maybe on other star systems as well. All right.